Hello everybody, welcome back to the Life of Ashley Hicks. Of course, I'm Ashley, and today I come to you all to get a few things off of my chest, okay? I have been so aggravated lately because I see so many times people are just going broke for their weddings. As you know, we spent around $3,000 for our wedding, and you know, we're living life now. We're about to purchase our own home, we're paying off debt. And so one thing I wanted to come to you all and say, I have 5 things. And if you have not done these 5 things, you should not be going crazy on planning your wedding, okay? And if you have not done these 5 things, you should not be going crazy on planning your wedding, okay? Do you own your own home? Do you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved? Have you paid off your cars? Have you paid off your student loans? And do you even know the total of the debt that you owe? If you say, I have my own house, but I got a lot of student loans, listen, whatever your combination is, you need to make sure you are financially stable in order to afford a wedding. Because so many times, like just yesterday, my husband and I were going to take a tour of the home we were thinking about possibly buying next year, starting to build the process this year. And one of the people in there said, yeah, we had a man that came in the other day and he purchased his daughter's wedding, or he paid for his daughter's weddings. He had 2 weddings and they were in the same year. And for his daughter's weddings, he spent $250,000 for his daughter's weddings. $250,000. Like, and that's not even the kicker, because if you want to spend $200,000 on a wedding, that's on you. You got it, boo. Power to you, okay? But she says, oh yeah, his 2 daughters got divorced within a year. One was like 8 months, the other one was 9 months. So you mean to tell me I spent 250 G's on a wedding and now both of them are divorced? And so I just say all of this to say, you know, we're always under the covering of building a legacy. You know, what will you leave behind to your children, your children's children, your children's children's children? And it's really frustrating, especially in this time frame where everybody's asking us, how do we do the wedding? How do we do this? How do we do that? How do we save so much money? And first and foremost, I want to shout out to my husband, you know what I'm saying, because he in finance. And he helped program a lot of this stuff into my head as well, because in the beginning, I really did want to have, like I told y'all, a really, 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 really nice wedding. And we had an amazing wedding. But of course, every girl wants to take it up a notch, you know, higher and higher. But you just had to be resourceful. And I had to realize I'm a student. You know, he's working. I'm working a little bit, but not as much as I could. And, you know, we had to figure out what was feasible to us. We have goals, we have dreams that we are trying to turn into reality. And spending $34,000 on a wedding was not that. And so for those of you that say, how can I have a better wedding? How can it be less, you know, expensive? Use your resources, okay? You don't have to use Amazon if you don't want to. I would strongly suggest using Amazon for a lot of your stuff, but use your resources and stop trying to keep up with everybody else, because somebody next to you can spend $20,000, $30,000 on their wedding. But if they have everything else checked out for them, they're debt free, you know, they bringing in big bucks. If they want to celebrate themselves and spend $20,000 on a party that's one day that nobody will even really care about their centerpieces 3 weeks from now, then that's on them. But I know a lot of people that's especially local where I'm from in North Carolina, all of us aren't, you know, millionaires, billionaires. We don't have it like that. We're aspiring to be those people, but we don't have it like that yet. And I just want you all to realize that you can have an amazing life. You can enjoy your life, but you have to be reasonable, okay? You cannot just go out here and be like, yep, I want this, 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 and this, and that. And the reason you haven't gotten married yet is because you're still saving so much money for a wedding. For what? For what? For what? That's all I can say. For what? Like, I'm just so aggravated and frustrated because I want you all to receive the blessings of the Lord with getting married. you know, doing it the right way, you know. But you gotta just be smart about it. And I can accredit this to Pastor Brian, World Overcomers, whoop whoop. He got us tickets to see Dave Ramsey. And I can honestly say, Dave Ramsey, going to that show, you know, listening to Anthony O'Neill, it definitely impacted our lives tremendously, because we were more open to how other people use their money, save their money, spend their money. And we have to be more mindful, especially Black people, with how we leave, you know, our legacy. Because a lot of times now we have nothing to give to our children. When we pass away, we have GoFundMes, you know, and nobody has life insurance. Nobody is thinking about the next generation. And so I want to be able to say, my kids were set up well, okay? My grandkids were set up well. Heck, my nieces and nephews set up well. Like, I want to be able to leave a generational wealth amongst my family, okay? And so when it does come down to my kids wanting a wedding or whatever, they can have it in the backyard in my house because it's that poppin', you know? We cute over here. So y'all come to the backyard, have your wedding there. We're not spending all this money on venues. And so I say all that to say, y'all, be mindful of the legacy that you are leaving. Do not go into extreme debt over one day. And let's start canceling that debt, okay? Because I see too often people are getting 3 jobs to pay for a wedding, but you won't get 3 jobs to purchase you a house, or 3 jobs to pay off that car loan, okay? Or 3 jobs to pay off that student debt. So, you know, in my Bible, it says it's better to be, you know, the lender, not the borrower, okay? So I'm trying to be the lender, okay? And y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Peace.